Sacramento, California. Here we are over halfway through the season right now, Stan, and these teams have certainly come a long way to this point.
Well, Kevin, every season is a journey, and you have to applaud the work ethic of these guys to keep competing even as the wear and tear of the season adds up.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. We've got Ty Jerome. G.G. Jackson is out there with Wells. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard. Now here's Westbrook. And it's off from three-point range. And that one is stuffed right through.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. DeRozan with it. Covered by Wells. Sabonis, that's good.
Well, once Sabonis gets near the hoop, he's so good at scoring the ball. Uses his body really well.
Jerome passes to Aldama. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Outside Jackson. Jacks up a three. Westbrook pulls it in. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Wizards in Washington.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication in the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
Monks checked in for Russell Westbrook.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Islo to head their program. Stan, after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe, now trying his hand in the best league on the planet.
Coward, and it's Sacramento with the rebound. Here's Levine, and the layup is good. Levine's got his second bucket.
That's such a tough finish. Levine with outstanding focus to score through contact.
The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Hey, Greg, they dropped the interim tag for Doug Christie as he's now the permanent head coach of the Kings.
Well, we'll have to see how permanent that is. The fifth head coach in the last 7 years, that seat is always hot in Sacramento.
And here are the Grizzlies now. The Kings getting the bucket.
Well, at nearly 7 feet, throwing it down is probably almost effortless for Aldama.
DeRozan on the wing. A three-pointer, no good. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got his second bucket tonight.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've got here in the first half.
Monk finds Achua. And the three off target. And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Wells passes to Jerome. Jackson a screen on Sabonis. Jerome, no good. And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against Minnesota. Chalk up 2 there.
Getting inside, Sabonis finishes strong. You can see how comfortable he is shooting at that range.
Aldama, and Aldama slams it in.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Hey, Kevin. The Grizzlies last season retired the jersey number of the grind father, defensive ace Tony Allen, the player who coined the grit and grind motto that came to define the franchise in the 2010s. Allen was a perennial all-defense selection in Memphis, and his hard-nosed play set the tone. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And the Kings making a change here. Hunter's checked in. Monk kicks to DeRozan. Shoots over Jerome. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again. especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Watch out now. When DeRozan is moving like this towards the hoop, you're in for a show.
Pass to Jackson. Lets it go from deep. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Well, he's 3 for 4 to start out. Right off the bat, you could sense he was dialed in. All business so far.
Monk kicks to Achua. The 3 trains the three-pointer. Achua's got 5 now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Jerome. It's hauled in by the Kings. Sabonis trying to get open. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul. First team.
DeRozan drawing a lot of attention now.
It's his first trip to the line.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Into his mid-30s, the veteran DeMar DeRozan holding up well, Greg.
And such a consistent presence for his team. DeMar plays at his own speed, and he has mastered the art of the mid-range.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They get it again. Out to DeRozan for the 3. Here's Monk. And at last, they get one to fall. Monk's got his second bucket of the game to go. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Spencer. Now Anderson. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Kings ahead. They'll get under. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching from the Kings, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
The guard pair filled by Monk and Levine. Then there's DeAndre Hunter. It's Clifford at small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
Yeah, Levine gets such great lift on that pull-up, creating that extra separation.
Here's Monk. Pass to Hunter. Kick out to Levine. Over Caldwell Pope. He's covered by Anderson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now a 7-point Sacramento lead. Here's Spencer. Monk defending. Clayton, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Memphis moving it around. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And Doug Christie wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Russell Westbrook in for the Kings. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. 5th best, the Grizzlies.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Here's Wells. Pass to Coward. Shot clock at 6. Prosper misses. Sacramento leading by 5. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is John Morant, but his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the balls can take it out of you.
In the corner, it's Monk. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Monk's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Monk will take him any way he can get him, even in the corner.
Pass to Jerome. Here's the screen. Here's Prosper. Prosper got the loose ball, but that will be a backcourt violation. A moment now to check out some numbers for him. G.G. Jackson. He's checked in for the Grizzlies.
G.G. Jackson.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the inside. Kick out to Levine. Another three for Sacramento.
Levine with that high-arching shot from the corner.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Pass to Wells. Now here's Jackson. Lets it go with the three. That one misses. Sacramento's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Good.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
It's stolen by Monk. Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by Prosper. Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Wells kicks to Jackson. They set the screen. And again, Memphis no good. Here's Sacramento. They're on a 12-4 run. Count that one. Levine's got the lead up to 13 now for the Kings.
Well, this is shaping up to be a special night for him. Started out well and is only turning it up here in quarter 2.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Sabonis, he's checked in for Sacramento. DeRozan comes in for Zach LaVine. Santi Aldama's checked in for the Grizzlies. And Aldama slams it in.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around. Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Kings leading now by 11. The kick out to Sabonis. Launches a three. Wells grabs the miss. Grizzlies have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does break. In the corner, it's Monk. Sacramento again missing. The Grizzlies trail by 9. Pass to Jerome. To the middle. And Aldama slams it in.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
DeRozan scanning the floor. Connects from three-point range. DeRozan's got 7 points.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triple. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Jerome against Westbrook. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Westbrook's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, he might be a guard, but Russ finishes like a big in the paint.
Pass to Wells. Jackson from long range. Hands it from downtown. Jackson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Back to Westbrook. Right side, DeRozan. With 1 on the clock, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Sacramento heading to the bench side, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Right back after this break.
Get ready for your Arena Entertainment.
Thanks for stopping by, y'all. First up on the show tonight, a quick look ahead of some upcoming games on the docket. When you're on one of these teams looking ahead, what's your plan?
Win them all. That's what happened.
Taking a look now at that first half, how about the strong play of Zach LaVine?
Zach is on the attacks. He has...
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, one half to go. And you know, Zach LaVine has been really making things happen.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Stan, the basketball term, finish the cut. What happens when you don't do that?
Well, two things can happen on that, Kevin. Number one, when you don't finish the cut, you slow down and you take away a chance of getting a layup off the pass. And then the second thing is it leads to turnovers because of that, because the guy passing the ball is expecting you to continue your cut, to finish it, and you don't, and the ball is thrown out in front and out of bounds in a lot of cases.
Starting the second half, here's Tomas Isolo's five. They've got G.G. Jackson. Also, Santi Aldama out there. Ty Jerome out there with Wells. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard position. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Zach LaVine is becoming a more rugged defender. He said, it takes a toll. I've always been in great shape, but you have to be strong, too. The mental side of it, digging deep and figuring out how to get it done and how much you want it. Now, I like taking on those challenges. Kevin?
You got it, making the commitment. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And this team encourages Westbrook to look to score inside. You can see why with these results.
So, Greg, in the offseason, the Kings made it a priority to address their need at point guard.
I mean, they had multiple combo guards on the roster, but lacked a true lead guard. When they realized they needed someone who could run the offense, hoping Dennis Schroeder can fill that role.
No good with the elbow jumper.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
There's a screen by Aldama. Jackson passes to Aldama, and Aldama slams it in.
And look at how well Aldama moved, setting the screen, but then quickly moving into scoring position.
LaVine's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And a moment here to check out the numbers for DeRozan. He's averaging 19 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
Jerome finds Aldama, and he comes up with the deuce.
Yeah, the big man playing big. Aldama takes the hit and completes the play.
And the 7-footer, Santi Aldama. You know, Stan, he looks like a guard out there at times.
The way this guy has improved since he's come into the league is phenomenal. You know, this is a guy who's gotten better as a shooter, more consistent, more efficient. But then he's added, like you said, his ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, and his ability to pass off the dribble. This is a very skilled big man.
And DeRozan throws it down.
Yeah, and DeRozan, one of the game's more powerful wings, scoring through the foul.
And from season to season, Coach, DeMar DeRozan remains incredibly consistent.
Yeah, look, he's consistent because he's extremely professional. This guy's always in shape, always ready to play. He knows what his game is, and he plays to that game. Something of a throwback because his game's built on the mid-range shooting, but everybody could use a DeMar DeRozan on their team.
Here's Coward, guarded by LaVine. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Zach LaVine. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented. Different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
Beyond the arc. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
There's a minute 47 left to play in the third. Pass to Spencer. And again, Memphis no good.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Monk, good, and it's Abonnez with the assist that time. And it's a 12-point Kings lead.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Hendricks is checked in, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Jalen Wells. And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. We'll take a look at the Grizzlies. This season has been a struggle for them. They're down at the bottom of the conference. And, of course, there's the Kings, down 4 spots from them.
And when you look at Sacramento, their place in the standings would be a disappointment for just about any team, but especially one with such high expectations.
I agree, guys. I thought they'd be a lot better. Sometimes you can have disappointing years like this, though, and they're not a lot of fun to be a part of.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Kings have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. Here's Spencer. Still yet to score. Anderson kicks to Caldwell Pope. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, KCP's still got the handles more than a decade into his career.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Levine. Just 5 on the clock. The tray. And so it's Zach Levine making things happen for the Sacramento Kings. He has really delivered at the offensive end. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Russell Westbrook out there with Monk. Then it's Sabonis. Then there's Hunter. It's Clifford at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Here's Spencer. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Spencer's got his first bucket in this one. Pass to Clifford. And a miss there on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Here's Hendricks. Here's Spencer. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
Well, the efficiency is there, but not the volume. He needs to start doing this every trip down the floor to close the gap.
Here's Westbrook. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Look, I gotta say, the evolution of Russell Westbrook has been an underrated story in the league. This is a star player who has adapted to so many different situations successfully.
And Memphis making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Here's Anderson. Count it, good.
And sometimes you forget how long Anderson is. Possessing a 7'2" wingspan, it makes him a problem inside.
Yep, it counts. And the Kings lead by 10.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Jackson from long range. That one is no good. He is 6 for 11 in the game. Monk left side. From past the arc, it falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Outside Jackson. Anderson with the screen for Jackson. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there.
And you could just see Anderson there looking to jam it.
And we got a timeout called by Doug Christie. He knows every possession is critical now. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Doug Christie said to his team. He loves what the D has been able to accomplish, saying to his team, every turnover is a big success for us. Keep forcing those errors. Don't let them feel comfortable out there. So expect them to keep trying to be disruptive.
All right, Allie, thank you.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. Brings it up for Sacramento. They've led by as many as 14 points. And he banks in the layup.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. Aldama inside. Ty Jerome. The 3 doesn't go.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Sacramento leading by 13. And that one drops.
Well, we've seen Levine put up 25-plus per game for a season. This guy is on the short list of the best wing scorers.
Jerome against Westbrook. Driving inside. Got it!
Give credit where credit is due right there. A terrific assist.
And Doug Christie is called a timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. And the Kings making a change here. Sabonis is checked in. Kings have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the 4th so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them.
So sudden once he takes that first step. Westbrook often proves uncontainable on the drive.
Shoots the 3. It misses.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
And it's good.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Takes the 3. Not gonna go. The Grizzlies trail by 15.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Sacramento.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now on the bag.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Zach LaVine.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
LaVine outside. And he can't stop the runners that misses. Greg, nothing short of some once-in-a-lifetime plays are going to save them now.
Yeah, the door is just about to close on this one. But hey, never say never.
And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. LaVine fired. So the Kings win it even early on in this one. Good stuff, Allie. Thanks. And that about wraps it up. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin.